Hey YouTube, Mark here. I know it's been a long time since I made a video, and there's actually a really good explanation for that. The last hike that Jen and I went on, the Ice Age Trail segment Whitewater and Blackhawk, I really messed up my back something fierce. I already had a back condition, but because of Jen's weight restrictions, I'm left carrying a lot of the weight. And when we were hiking, I was carrying everything like we were doing a 2-day trip so we can get ourselves geared towards doing something like that. So I'm carrying the tent and sleeping bags and water and food and all this other stuff and clothing. And I think my pack was somewhere around 60 to 70 pounds. I don't remember off the top of my head. It was right after that I started getting these sensations, these just intense cramping, burning, stabbing, ripping pains going through my legs. Now, I've had back problems in the past. It primarily stayed in my lower back. I've never had, these type of sensations before. Well, I figured, like the doctor would always tell me, just take some ibuprofen, take it easy for a couple of months, and blah, blah, blah. Well, I had just started a new job, and I'm having to stay on my feet for 8 hours a day and lifting and bending and walking and all that stuff at work. So, but I'd take ibuprofen and I'd struggle through my day, and God, things just seemed to get worse and worse and worse. Finally, 2 months after our hike, pains are still there, and they are still so intense. I mean, there are times I was going to bed crying because I was in so much pain. Finally, I go see my doctor. He says, yeah, let's get some new MRIs and see what's going on. Went and got the MRIs done. He says, yeah, there's an issue here that's progressed farther. I'm going to send you to a neurologist. Call up, make an appointment for a neurologist. They can't get to see me for a month. It's like, oh man, I gotta deal with this pain for another month. I go, well, if you can get me in anytime sooner, give me a call and I'll come in. Well, luckily, it only took about a week. Well, we had someone cancel. Why don't you come in and see us? Okay. Went and saw the neurologist. And he was sitting there saying that I have a condition called stenosis. Now, what stenosis is, it's kind of like sciatica in a way. 2 vertebrae with a disc in between. The disc is bulging and literally pushing right up against the spinal nerve canal itself. And it's literally, if it keeps on going, it would actually choke off the nerves completely. My condition was moderate to severe. And the thing is, I actually had 2 different locations. I had the L2, L3 disc, as well as the L4, L5 disc. Even the neurologist, though, looked at me and goes, well, I'm primarily physical therapy and pain medication. He goes, I think you're beyond that. He goes, I think you should go talk to a neurosurgeon. So I called up a neurosurgeon. I was hoping that he'd be able to come down to Beloit, but his primary practice is up in Madison. Went up and talked to him. And again, it took like a month before I could even see him. So now I'm going into 3 months of dealing with this pain, a little over. He looked at me and says, yep, you got very limited options on what to do. He goes, you can continue living with it. The pain will never go away. It will always be there. A steroid injection right into my spine. He goes, that's a temporary fix. He goes, it'll last you maybe 6 weeks. And I had those before. I will never do them again. And then, of course, surgery was my next option. And to me, that was the only option. And I called him, I think like 2 days later, saying, yeah, let's have surgery. And he goes, okay, you got to make an appointment. Now, the surgical appointment was another month out of the way. So now I'm going into 4 months of this excruciating pain. Still trying to do my job, still going into work just about every day. Got into surgery, everything went fine. It did take a little longer than expected. They actually had 2 surgeons working on me. One worked on the L2, L3 disc, and the other one worked on the L4, L5 disc. You know, but I could tell that the operation was a success. Yeah, I got pain in my back, you know, because they cut me open and all that. But the pains through my legs were gone. It was just amazing. But I'm just going stir crazy sitting in the house all day long. The kids are in school now. Jen took time off of work to take care of me, and then she had a couple of weeks of vacation. And now she's done with all that. She's back to work, and I'm sitting here alone all day long. It's tripping me nuts. You know the game that I did last year with the motorcycle club? The Ride and Go Seek? Well, we're doing it again this year. Well, being that I haven't been able to ride my motorcycle pretty much all season, I think I put on maybe 3,000 miles on my motorcycle. So I was like, you know, screw it. I'm just going to jump in the truck and I'm going to go visit some of these places. So I did 2 of them yesterday, and I'll talk about those later. And I took some pictures, and I'll show those to you. But Jen was actually kind of mad at me that I did that because it's a waste of gas and money that we don't have, and, you know, going out to eat and stuff like that. So, well, again, today I don't want to sit here and do absolutely nothing all day long. So I'm going to do it again, whether she wants me to or not. I won't buy any food while I'm out. I'll just pack a lunch and I'll eat that. So that way all I'm having to do is pay for gas. But yeah, it's just been a nerve-wracking experience. You know, I'm getting to the point where I'm feeling good and I'm feeling healthy, and I want to go out and do things, and now I don't have the money to. So I'm going to go see. I don't know. There's a couple of things I want to go see. There's something over in Argonne I'm going to see. I might make it all the way up to Baraboo and look at a moose out there. But feel free, come along, join me, and we'll have some fun today, okay? There we go. That should be enough. Let me get you caught up on exactly what my summer has been like. Although I haven't done a whole lot, it has been one mind-boggling adventure after another. I got my time off. I go and have my surgery, and everything's fine. You know, the surgery was supposed to go 3 hours. It went 3.5. But everything is fine. No complications at all. Okay, great. So now back home, laying around the house, just in pain. You know, got my pain pills, got muscle relaxers, and all that stuff. Of course, they knock me out every time I take them, so I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere, and I don't like taking medicine. Any type of medication, I don't care, whether it be pills or a liquid or something like that. You know, one of Jen's biggest things is I'll sit there and complain that my back was hurting. You know, well, did you take anything? He's like, no. Well, then take something, it will help. Now, coming up into about a month after the surgery, all this time I knew that I was going to have company. I got a friend named Rob Babar from Scotland. I met him through the VRA. Sweet guy, awesome, loves to ride, and we were going to do another set of the rustic roads here in Wisconsin. Well, he's come to see me the last few times he's been here in the States, and we ride around together quite often. We've done an iron butt around Lake Michigan together. We've done 10 rustic roads, which got him his rustic roads patch, which he was happy about. But when he was leaving that last time, he's like, well, I need to get my certification next, which requires 15 more. And we can do another 15. And it's very easy down here in the southern part of the state. We can do 15 in one day. So that's what we're going to do. But lo and behold, now I had to have back surgery, and he was still wanting to do that ride. Well, maybe I can ride by that time, maybe not. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. He's like, look, if we can't ride, we can't ride. I'd like you guys, and I'd like to come and see you and the family. Well, that's what ended up happening. I went to my doctor just, well, actually it was while he was visiting. I had to go and see him. And the doctor said, no, you still can't ride the motorcycle yet. He goes, I know you're feeling good. He goes, but this is the time where you're most at risk because you're feeling good and you want to do things. And next thing you know, you've overdone it and you've screwed everything up. He goes, this is the time where you got to be most aware of what your body is saying. So, get back to the house. I was like, sorry, Rob, just can't do it. I just can't ride. The doctor says I can't. And I cooked for him, and we just kind of talked and chatted and had a good time. He was at my house for 3 or 4 days, I think. And he's a wonderful man. He really is. I'm glad to have him around. He takes off, and I still can't ride. I can't do anything really with my chapter. In fact, probably about a good month before my surgery, I actually stepped down as president. I hated doing it, but if I can't ride, I can't lead. So that was another thing that was going on. So it's been kind of a shitty year for me as far as that goes. Can't do any hiking. I got a weight restriction of 10 pounds. I mean, I can load up with a little bit of water or something like that and try to walk, but distance is still an issue though too. I can do 1.5 miles, 2 miles, maybe 2.5, but that's all I've been able to do so far before my back starts feeling nasty. And that's in a gym, that's not on a trail. I've just been sitting in the house for the past couple of weeks just going stir crazy. I'm feeling decent. I want to get out. I want to do something. Even for the first month after my surgery, I couldn't even drive my car because of the pain medications that they gave me. If I take one of the muscle relaxers, I'm asleep in like 20 minutes. So I can't drive, I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything. Just sucks. I mean, here it is, the first day in October. Been about a month and a half, thereabout, close to it. Still got a couple more weeks before I can go back to work. Go see my doctor again on the 5th. Hopefully then he'll clear me for riding. I did try it once, but I found out quickly why they told me not to. Basically, I went maybe about a half mile or so down the road. I said, yeah, that's why. It started hurting. Stopped at a gas station, filled up my tank, turned around and went home. That's been my motorcycle riding for the past 4 months or more. I just need to get out and do something. I just haven't been able to, and I'm getting stir crazy. Jen's kind of mad at me. I kissed her goodbye when I left the house. I've gained back so much weight over the past couple of months, not being able to do anything. And my pants are starting to get tight again. Gotta concentrate on how I'm eating now and try to lose some more of this weight again. So, alright, I think that kind of gets you caught up with my back issues. Rob was here. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you about. I've been feeling good, you know, as far as standing, decent amount of walking. Well, the day that Rob left, Jen and I went down to 4th Street to the Jerry's Cafe, and we were having breakfast. And Rob needed to check his tire pressure before he left town. So I go, well, you go down a couple of blocks, turn, there's a Super America gas station. They got a air pump system down there. You can top off your tires. Where Jen and I were eating at Jerry's, we saw him drive by. Of course, he didn't see us. He didn't know we were there. But as I turned to watch him go, my eye caught a piece of paper that was taped to the window right next to us. Of course, it's facing outside, not inside. So I'm sitting there having to read it, you know, backwards through the paper. And lo and behold, it was talking about a rib fest. I've kind of heard about it in the past. Didn't really give it much thought. And it was like, I think the date was 2 weeks from the day where I read it. And it's like, I love smoking. I love doing ribs and pulled pork and turkeys and all that stuff on my grill. Just love it. All my friends and family say that my stuff is really good. Okay, let's see how good it is. Let me join the contest. So I call out the guy, say, okay, what's involved in this? What do I need to do? He goes, well, this is for charity, so there's no money prizes. That's all right. I need to buy my own meat. It's like, okay, how much do I need to buy? 12 slabs of ribs. So it's like, all right, you know, hopefully I'll do this. I'll try to figure out something. The paper on the window said that registration was actually due like within the next couple of days. So I need to make up my mind if and how I'm going to do this. Registration fee $50. I can handle that. Talked with my wife, talked to a few friends of mine, and they gave me the idea of posting up on Facebook of trying to get people to help sponsor me, to help pay for the ribs. Because you're talking, what, maybe $3.50 a pound for St. Louis style ribs. You know, 12 slabs, about 4.5, 5 pounds a piece. God, that's a lot of money. We're talking $150, maybe more, 180. So they said, well, go on Facebook and, you know, tell them that you're looking for sponsors. They can pay it to your PayPal account or something like that. It's like, yeah, I guess I'll do it that way. Well, I was talking to the guy that puts on this whole event, and Country Pride Meats in Clinton helps sponsor it. They donate some ribs, you know, for extras, just for other people to do. He said, why don't you call them? Because they usually give so-and-so discounts, and so-and-so gets discounts from just because they're participating. It's like, well, okay, yeah, I suppose I could do that. So I called them up. They say, yeah, we'll do that for you. We'll order you some ribs because I got a special on them right now, but I'll even give you more off just because it's for the Rib Fest. It's like, oh, that's cool. I still put it up on Facebook saying, look, I'm looking for sponsors to help pay for these ribs so I can do this. And I had a few friends come up with money for me, and I was able to get the ribs, ingredients to make sauce and the rub and all that. But you guys have seen my grill. If you've seen my smoking videos, my grill's not that big. And to do 12 racks of ribs into that little grill, that was a pain in the butt. I could fit them all in there, and they did achieve a good amount of smoky flavor. However, they were in there so packed that rub on the outside never really dried up. It pulled moisture out. I had a couple of water pans in there that help add moisture because I figured it was going to start drying. You know, I didn't want my stuff to get too dry. But usually the outside dries out, gets a nice crust. No, it didn't for me. I had so many ribs in there, and they were basically stacked on top of each other. I mean, literally like touching each other, to where the moisture never dried out. And so when I went to pull them off, the rub had turned into like a paste. It tasted fine and everything, but you know, there's just something about it. So anyway, I handed my stuff in and went to the judges, and they were actually having 2 rounds of judging, and I did not make the cut for the second round. I missed it by like 2.5 points or something like that. Oh well, my first competition, can't complain. I got some really good feedback. The sauce I made was a cranberry-based sauce. I think that kind of threw the judges a little bit because it had a different type of a flavor to it. You know, a lot of people do jalapenos and these really sweet, you know, sauces, you know, apple flavors and peach and, you know, stuff like that. And mine was a kind of a tart, vinegary cranberry sauce. It still had a little bit of a spicy kick, but they actually judged our sauces separate than our ribs. And one judge loved mine. He gave me 19 points out of 25 total, where another judge gave me 9 points out of 25. So I guess my sauce was basically, if you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't like it, you just didn't like it. Oh well, it was still fun. I met a lot of great people, got some good feedback. I'm debating on whether I'm going to do it next year or not. But the biggest hurdle I have is I have to figure out how to do it, how to cook 12 racks of ribs on that little grill. And short of having to buy another $200 grill or smoker or something like that, I just don't know what else I'm going to do. Okay, so I've already done at the train barn. There's an admission fee, being I need to pinch my pennies on this little trip. I did not actually go inside the museum. I just went around and took a few pictures on the outside. But it looked pretty interesting. I think next time Rob comes over, I might have to take him over there and show it to him. In fact, I got another friend that might be interested in that, because he's always talked about building a model train set and all that stuff, you know, having an extensive big thing. He's talked about it, he's never started it though. Have you, Berto? Okay, here I am in, well, outside of Prairie du Chien. I got some nice, beautiful bluffs that are starting to turn a little bit of color behind me. I'm not far from the banks of the Mississippi. In fact, you can probably see some of the water right over there. But I made it to the Elway Childress towboat, not tugboat, towboat. And here it is. Now, this is kind of interesting in that nobody really knows why it's here. I mean, it's obviously something to do with the Mississippi River, right? But why is it here? There's no fishery around, there's no port, there's no nothing around here. It's almost like they dug a pit for it, drove it up in here, sealed it up from the rest of the river, drained the water out, and now it sits here for no reason at all. Some people claim that, well, there is a marina right over there, kind of on the other side, but I don't know if it has anything to do with this. There are some rumors on the internet saying that it was supposed to be used for a bed and breakfast, but it was never actually used for that, and I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, I'm gonna walk around here, try to get a few pictures. They got some doors open. I don't know if people have been getting inside it and looking around or what, but I may end up doing that myself. So there's even curtains in the windows. You can see the curtains in the windows there. It is a pretty good sized boat, I'll tell you that. It's from the Valley Line. Huh. Okay, well, let's walk around and see if we can get in it, or on it, or something. Okay, here's a frontal view of the Elway Childress. Got the big pushers here on the front. But you can see it is definitely dry docked. This is the other side of the Childress. Of course, you're not seeing a whole lot of it because of the sun being behind it. And here's the back side. I'm actually kind of underneath. This is would be the drive shaft. The propellers would have been right here. These are your steering fins there. Wow, that's pretty cool. Steering fins. Rudders, that's the word I was looking for. I did find this little, I don't really want to call it a ladder, which you could use to get up there on the back deck and get on, but this little area right here, that's probably about 5 feet. So it's a little more effort than I want to put into it today. But this has been kind of fun. Yeah, as much as I would like to be able to climb that ladder on the back side of the boat and get up there and look around, in my state, I just can't do it right now. Maybe if I was a little healthier and my back was feeling better. But this is the Elway Childress towboat. Kind of fun. Come check it out. Right outside Prairie du Chien, north of it. It's right off the Mississippi. In fact, maybe I'll go down there and take a look at the Mississippi water. Looks like this is just basically a port lagoon type of a thing. It's not really the river. The river's actually on the other side of those trees over there. But still kind of a neat little place here. Apparently it's like somebody's gravel yard or something here, so I don't want to trespass any longer than necessary. So time to get back in the truck and head to my next location, which would be Baraboo. I tell you, these cliffs and bluffs out here would be just amazing in a couple of weeks with fall coming in strong. Well, it's going to be quite a drive to get into Baraboo, so I thought I'd tell you a little bit of what I did yesterday. I started off going up into Manitowoc, which is probably about a 2.5, almost 3 hour drive, and that's by highway. But there was the site of a very well-known crash that happened back in 1962. And not a motor vehicle crash or anything like that, but the Russian space probe of Sputnik crashed through the atmosphere, and a part of it landed up there. Not all of it, just a part of it. And I don't know how big the piece was or anything like that. So I went up there. They actually have a plaque on the sidewalk next to the road saying this is the collection site of a piece of the Sputnik crash. And it's got the date, September 6th, 1962. So I went up there and got a picture of that, and I'll show you that picture now. But that was a really nice town up there. I don't really spend a whole lot of time up there, just because I ain't got the time to drive up there all the time. But then after that, I went over to Beaver Dam. Well, outside of Beaver Dam. It's between Horicon and Beaver Dam. And there's a restaurant on Highway 33 called, there's like the Pyramid of the Nile, or just the Nile Club or something like that. But the building is actually shaped in like a pyramid. It's really kind of cool to look at and stuff. So yeah, that's what I did yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Got me out of the house, thank God. And it got me out of the house again today. Well, I've arrived at the Moose, and it is bigger than I thought it was, and it's not cartoony. It's kind of a life-size thing here. It's a good size. And that's pretty cool. So now I can say I got the Baraboo Moose off my list. There's a little store here. I'm going to go inside and see what they got. Okay, so I went to that little store. It's basically a home furnishing store. They do a lot of outdoor, rustic type stuff. So a lot of moose, black bear, deer type paintings and figurines and stuff like that. Kind of interesting, but just nothing caught my eye. Nothing I can afford right now anyway, unless it was free. So that's the end of my day. I might take another picture or two on my way home, but I kind of doubt it. So, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching, and well, since my back is starting to feel better, I'm going to see you on the road.